Well, they did take it away once, and it made all our fishermen criminals. They threw them in jail. They take their gear. Our fishermen were like warriors and hiding out in the brush, trying to smell cigarettes, trying to smell the white guy, the enforcement officer, because they all smoked. And I was a little kid, and I could smell them coming. So they basically turned us into criminals, and we had to hide. My grandfather and everybody else hid their smokehouses in trees, so the leaves and limbs would dissipate the smoke. If I couldn't go out there and fish, it would, my family, I've taught quite a few people in my family how I fish, how I was taught. And in '78, my dad didn't fish. I had nobody to teach me. My sister bought me a net, and me and my friend went out and set it, and we learned the hard way on how to fish, trial and error. So I didn't want my family, and I didn't know I was being traditional either, but I didn't want the up-and-comers to struggle like I did, so I shared what I knew to them. I introduced my nephew to fishing and a few of my sons. I got a little 5-year-old. He was born in August 27. He's 5 now, but that's right before coho season in the Iowa River. He was down on the river in my boat, and he wasn't but a couple of weeks old. And every year he fishes with me. Every year he's in the boat in the river, and there's fish slopping around and splashing, and he just loves it. He's sitting there with his little club, and he's hitting the fish, and he's trying to help me clean my net. And fishing season comes around, he gets all excited and he wants to go. Now that doesn't mean that I want him to be a fisherman. I want him to go to school and you know, I guess get a real job but I want him to know how to fish and the traditions and the culture that goes with it. I was raised to give away fish because it would come back to you. And in pre-European time, I understand that there was different jobs for different folks. Some guys were really good hunters. They didn't hunt just for themselves, they hunted for the village. Really good fishermen fished for the village so everybody would eat. So it was social, economical way of doing things, because the more you gave away, the richer you are and the more respected. So to this day, I always make sure I eat that first fish or I give it away. And of course I want to make money, but I still give at least probably 1/3 of my catch away. But if the fish left and there was no fish, I don't think we would be in existence. You take away that fish and certainly our traditions, our culture, and our people would die. I firmly believe that, because everything is in a cycle, and fish is a real important part of that cycle. Now we've imposed fishing moratorium on ourselves, and I say ourselves because I'm a fisherman, that we won't fish the Elwha for 5 years during dam removal. Well, there may be a way that we can do that, or to fish, but I just couldn't imagine life without a salmon. I mean, it feeds the soul, it just takes care of everybody.